Powered by MPB, this is Chalkboard Chat, an MPB Education podcast, hosted by Jermaine Flood and Tara Wren. To hear this episode and more, visit education.mpbonline.org or download the MPB Public Media app to listen on your iPhone or Android device.
I'm Jermaine Flood. This special Slate Session features the second excerpt from MPB Education's Workforce Wednesday Self-Presentation Series workshops, aimed to help you sound and look your best when presenting virtually. Featuring Coretta Frazier, CEO of Professional Management Solutions in Byram, Mississippi, presenting It's All About the Look. This is your Chalkboard Chat Slate Session.
I am Coretta Frazier, and I'm excited to be here. I'm honored for one. I run a full circle recruitment and HR consulting agency where we work with organizations that are looking for innovative talent and anyone that's looking to join the workforce or make a change in their career. And so our recruiters and our HR consultants work hard, hand in hand, to meet the needs of everyone. Our solution addresses the importance of understanding that both the employer and the employee are real people. And each component of our business is centered around that relationship. And that's really what the core of HR is. So the big question is, how are you showing up lately? I know it's been a long, long year. We are exactly a year from when COVID first hit. I know it's been rewarding for some, and it's probably been daunting for others, but I just want to say, look on the bright side, you're here. I see everyone that's here today. That means you're still out trying to search and get the answers and information that you need to show up and be your best self. For sure, online meetings, and going to school virtually can give you real fatigue. It takes energy to look in the camera, convey what you're saying, get support, give and get encouragement, speak your concerns. It takes a lot of energy. And it also takes energy just to sit and listen. And, I know because I've been on both sides. So with everybody in the room, I would like a thumbs up if you've been working from home for the past year. And how many of you decided to designate a special place in your home for all your Zoom meetings? And then how many of you had to find space, not just for yourself, but, for your children or maybe your spouse as well? Yeah, so we have people that are working from home right now. Okay, I just want to say that we definitely have to show up to our Zoom meetings like we show up in person. For our video meetings with the same level of care and intentionality as we do our in-person meetings. How we show up defines us, and it defines our personal brand. When we are intentional about bringing our best self to our authentic self or our video meetings, our values get communicated and we make a positive impression. I know that you've seen it all, to the dark backgrounds, maybe dogs in the camera on Zoom, weird virtual backgrounds, children crying in the back, offensive artwork, people forgetting to turn their mics off, just distraction after distraction. We've all seen it. And so the purpose of this Zoom is to help you get ready for what's to come, because you all know for a whole year you've done Zoom and it's not going anywhere. So by now, I would say and I would hope that, most of us have mastered some of these dilemmas with, the dogs barking in the background and how to mute ourselves and all those things. I just want to remind you that if you're always on mute and you provide yourself with good lighting and you use an area in your home where you're uninterrupted, you can make the best of your Zoom meetings. Everything matters now more than ever because we're being spotlighted. We're being videoed. Anytime you're on a Zoom, more than likely somebody puts a disclaimer or you'll see the little recording symbol at the top of the Zoom. So I know you never thought in a million years that your entire staff or your coworkers would be sitting in your home with you. So the reality of remote meetings that you may or may have not realized by now is that your environment matters. The background visual distractions are amplified when you're on video call. I know if you're watching me on video call right now, you could possibly see almost everything in my background. How can you ensure that your home office, your environment reinforces your organization's brand especially for calls with external stakeholders or customers or anybody that you're presenting to in the meeting. One of the ways that I do it, I have my professional management solution logo in the background. If you pay attention to Jasmine's screen or Sharon's screen, they're all at work, and basically they have a background, and it's a virtual background. So it's not that distracting background. It's the background that says MPB Education, Workforce Wednesday. It's telling a story. Pre-coronavirus, you likely never intended to invite all your meeting attendees into your home. They are there now, and that is the reality. I would just say for us, focusing on the element of our space and how it amplifies our brand is very important. Professional Management Solutions, that logo is being created to tell a story, and I use it in my background. We have to clear the clutter and get rid of things that would distract from who we are on Zoom and what we want to say. I mean, if we have a bunch of papers and a bunch of things scattered across our desk, if somebody walked in your office, they would think this person is very unorganized. The same they would think if they're watching and paying attention to your background and everything. Look at your home-based office from the eyes of our viewers. So just like I'm looking at Jasmine's background, just like I'm looking at Sharon's background, anybody's background, I'm basically seeing something. Patricia's background, I see a blank wall. Joel's background, I see a blank wall. Monica's background, I see sunlight coming through a window. Those are brands. Then we have some people that are on the call that we only see their name. More than likely, they may not be able to show their background at the moment, but it happens. So in that case, I advise people to use a really nice picture to show their face. If I stop my video right now, you will see a nice picture. That is very important as well. So what is in your background? What story is your background telling about you? Is it a story that distracts from the meeting you're joining? Or does it reinforce your organization values and missions and credibility? That's important. So planning is the key. When I realized that I would be working from home, I made a conscious effort to get my house in order, as I would say. I'm a very proactive person. I was already working on a space for my home office, but COVID hit and it was like, okay, now you gotta really do this. And so what I did was I went on Amazon and bought a ring light. I bought a little small microphone and I spent probably no more than $40. I also went to Target and I got a little stand to put my laptop on. Those things really help change the dynamics of my video meetings. I also got a little small couch that was in my garage that I had bought from a garage sale a long time ago and put that in the office. And so I really did have a space. I even pulled out an old TV monitor and used a USB drive to give me a bigger screen or extra screen so that I could see everybody whenever I was on Zoom. So I was really completely focused on my space. I made sure the background was neat, no distractions, and I was ready to go from there. So right here, I'm going to give you these 8 important ways to show up and improve your brand on Zoom. I can't stress enough how important it is to prep in advance. I don't know if some of you all used to do this, but when I was in elementary, and I still do it, even though I'm an adult, I get my clothes out the night before. And I know a lot of people used to do it like just the first day of school, but I've been doing it like every day of my life. And I would already have my outfit ready for the next day. So that is very important to prep in advance. Get fully dressed. I read an article in Forbes back in 2016 by Marsha Shepard, and it stated that many people dress a certain way for online meetings because it gave them a sense of normalcy in unusual times. This article was written back in 2016, but it talked about the psychological aspect of getting completely dressed. And so in this article, the guy decided to do a little bit more research and learn some more things about this statement that was made. And so he found a study that was performed by Northridge, Columbia, and California State University that said our clothing has an impact on our thoughts and our ability to think in an abstract manner. It affects not only how others perceive us, but how we perceive ourselves. So there's also a deeper study by the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology that introduced enclothed cognition. The goal of the study was to assess how clothing influences our psychological state. using 3 experiments. They evaluated whether wearing your suit jacket would increase performance and attention related to the tasks that you had to do. It also talked about the increase how whatever your occupation is or whatever you're doing, how what you are wearing makes you feel and how it makes other people perceive you. So include your logo. It is important because when you're showing your logo for your organization, it keeps people reminded of who and what and how to associate that person with the particular organization. Include meaningful artwork. In the back of my Zoom, you can see I have a little sign that says hope. That's meaningful to me, so it's important to use that. Staying on video, if possible, is very important. It's ways to help us connect. Staying on video, I know a lot of people can't, and it's maybe because of whatever they have going on in the background or some other issues, they're unable to. But when you stay on video, you're engaging, you're letting the other people see you, you're connecting with others. So it is very important that you do that as well. Share what you know. I mean, if you're not on video, you almost can't share what you know, or you can't collaborate or have fun with somebody else. And so one of the best advantages of online meeting is the ability to collaborate. I know for some of you that could be leaders in your organizations, and you could possibly use Zoom to do breakout sessions and have, critical discussions right there on Zoom, but you have to be available. Your camera has to be on so people can see who you are and see who they're talking to. We don't have to be in the same room on Zoom. Like I said, those breakout sessions really help. So for any leaders, please take the opportunity to use your breakout sessions on your Zoom in your team meetings. Video enables you to connect with each other in a way that is more authentic. I mean, don't get me wrong, people do become less human on Zoom. We understand that. The challenging aspects of humanity is it's easier to see people close to us as fully formed person with a complex lives and a range of interests. The farther away a person is, the easier it is to reduce them to their role. Online meetings can reinforce this tendency if we're not careful. But fortunately, these Zoom meetings can also help to, humanize one another if we are intentional about it. I'm going to shift the conversation just a bit, just to show you all ways that we help students and career seekers. I mean, we set up appointments and we offer a mock interview. If you can see in this picture right here, that's a mock interview with the student. And this was going on before Zoom. We set up appointments. We offer those interviews directly from an HR professional. Like I said, these virtual interviews, they were happening before COVID came. And in these sessions, most of the students, they get like constructive criticism, positive feedback. And it's not just for students, it's for anybody. When someone sends us a resume, we send them through a process that helps teach them how to navigate the job search. It has changed now, it's different. Everything is online. Everything we help you do in any of these processes, there is a teachable moment in there. Also in this slide, you can see students having remote videos where we were doing this in 2018. That was 3 years ago. These students had opportunities to serve as Mississippi Public Broadcasting for one of their events before COVID hit. And most of these students already had some type of customer service skills, but they all learned more ways to brand and prepare themselves for a job interview or any other opportunities. We've created free tools to help, like, our interview guide. We sell this job search roadmap that comes with a clarity session to help understand your strengths and your weakness. And all of this, like I said, is from a human resource personnel perspective, meaning someone that will possibly hire you is training you before you actually get your next opportunity. So I'm going to tell you briefly how we help employers because we are a full circle organization. We consult, we learn about an organization, and we learn about their real pain points, and we create a solution for their organization. We help get the word out that the organization is looking for innovative talent. You can see right there some of the dilemmas that HR personnel and companies go through. We also help brand an organization in such a way that people want to work for them. That's part of the issue that we hear. And we help get organizations interns. We process the payroll for you just so that you don't have to interrupt your payroll for that short period of time. We also offer employee interview guides to help the employee get the right hire with these strategic questions. I mean, on either level, we teach something in every process that we offer. And we do a lot of intentional things to help everyone we encounter, whether it be a student, a career seeker, HR professional, or a CEO. It does not matter. And remember, to show up, and to be branded and to brand yourself on Zoom, these things have to happen. How we show up defines us, and it defines our personal brand. When we are intentional about bringing our best self or our authentic self to our video meetings, our values get communicated and we make a positive impression. Remote meetings are here to stay. So the big question, how to brand yourself, is really simple. By making sure your surroundings are clutter-free, you are dressed appropriately, and that your audio and video are on and working properly. Using the best lighting, that is very important, because otherwise it's going to be kind of dark depending on your complexion. Someone may not be able to see who you are. Find the best angle. Sit your camera up in front of you, sit your iPad or your phone, because some people use phone versus a desktop to join their meeting. It's best if you use an iPad or a desktop or a laptop rather than your phone. Keep your notes at arm reach. Maintain correct posture. It can change the way the viewer is looking at you, because your face and your eyes are directly across from the camera, and so that makes a difference. And double check prior to turning on your live video. Just look in your background and see if multiple people are using your space. They could have changed and put something else in their background. So just be prepared. These things will show how serious you are about your brand. In closing, details matter. If you don't appear to care about the details of your own personal brand and the brand of your organization, why would a potential client, executive, or employer trust you or what you have to offer? Consider the financial impact of how this lack of confidence may cost you, your business, a potential client, a coworker, or executives, or yourself.
For more information about MPB Education's Workforce Wednesday workshops, visit education.mpbonline.org. And this has been your Chalkboard Chat Slate Session.
You've been listening to Chalkboard Chat, an MPB Education podcast. To hear this episode and more, visit education.mpbonline.org or download the MPB Public Media app to listen on your iPhone or Android device. This podcast is hosted with love by Acast.